Hello and welcome to another episode of the B11 show. I'm Tyler. I'm here with my friend
Late.
Bernice.
Oh.
Oh.
This is
Bernice.
awkward now. Yeah.
Hey, Bernice.
The python.
Bernice the Python. So we'll get more into it in the episode. Quick apologies for not uploading for a while. School is insane. And Sam has had a blossoming in his crack selling.
Yep.
Dealing. So it's been a couple months.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's been it's been a month.
It's been a month. Yeah.
But we're back and should be getting things up regularly.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we got some stuff recorded and should be all set. This Friday, you're gonna be seeing a hard mode with Tyler. I think initially we started off it wasn't going to be a hard mode, and then just the original Mega Man just kicked my ass.
Old games are
so
tough.
Hard. So that'll be up, and we'll have other stuff up coming shortly. So thank you. Enjoy this episode. I was supposed to wake up at 6:30 this morning. I set it for 6:30 p.m. Wow.
Yeah.
You could tell we have not lost our professional touch.
Not at all.
In the slightest. Anyway, please check us out and everything. As always, a big thank you to Rowan. And
we're going to make it up to you, Rowan.
We will. We will.
We promise.
Enjoy this episode of the B11 show. Hello and welcome to another episode of the B11 show. Today, Sam and Tyler talk about apologies and stuff.
Ooh.
What are your opinions on Altoids? Like, have you ever actually been curious about how strong they are?
I haven't, because I think before that question entered my mind, I had already had an Altoid before.
And so you're like,
I
wow,
kinda
this
knew.
is... I mean, did you, when you first tried one, you're like, wow, that's a strong mint.
Yeah, and it was also back when they had the flavored Altoids, which I really enjoyed.
Ooh, what was your favorite flavor of Altoid?
Oh gosh, I think it was like some sort of orange one or a citrus one.
Ooh, citrus orange one. I just go for the Tradish. The Tradish Altoid. Yeah, no, I just never understood that. It's like the commercials with the peppermint patty thing, the York peppermint patty, where like they take a bite and all of a sudden they're like freezing. Like, see, that's a turnoff for me. Like, I don't want to bite into it and then freeze to death.
Well, I think tangerine sours. Sorry, I found what they were, and they're always in such a fancy little case.
Ooh, yeah.
You know?
Is it the same as the regular Altoids?
Yeah, it's like that. It's got where you press it, and it's like it's got a lid, and it's like tin or something. Probably not tin.
Yeah, like you could save like trinkets in it, type of thing.
Yeah, it seems like it's something from maybe like the 1930s or 40s or something.
When did Altoid establish? Let me look. I have a box of Altoids right here.
I know it's by Wrigley.
Wrigley. Since 1780.
Oh, man.
So, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've successfully talked far too long about Altoids. Hello.
Hi.
I'm Tyler. I'm here with my friend Sam.
Burmese.
Burmese. Sorry.
Burmese, the python.
So we're back, baby.
Oh.
We're back. We were gone for a month, but we're back.
Keeping up with the B11 tradition.
No, not this time. We've done much better this time. And honestly, this time we've been away the whole time, so it's pretty fantastic that we've done as well as we have. The problem is we're recording everything ad hoc. So Sam is in Wyoming and I am in Ohio. And so recording things is a challenge because I'm 2 hours ahead of Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I'm free, that, and then, you know what really just grinds my gears, Sam?
Gears of War.
No, the new thing that iPhones do that thinks you're driving.
Oh.
I get it. But also, like, fix that shit, yo.
Oh,
Make
what?
it useful.
I quite enjoy that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
'Cause I always forget to put my phone on Do Not Disturb in the car, and then I'll get a phone call and I'll feel compelled to answer it, and now it just does it automatically.
You can purposefully ignore people. No, I mean, I get it, except for the problem is there are times where my phone is like, it doesn't turn it off when I stop driving.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think there was a couple times we went to record and I would like text you a couple times and you'd text me the next day. You'd be like, sorry, my phone thought I was driving.
You know you can turn it off though.
Oh yeah. Mine is
Okay.
heftily
All right.
off.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I text far too often for that. Not that I would condone anyone doing that, of course.
Mm-hmm. The only detriment for me is if I'm on the elliptical, it'll think I'm driving, so I won't hear anything.
You're ellipticaling too fast.
You know me. I'm speed racer.
On the elliptical.
On the elliptical.
Not in the car though. Just on the elliptical. Yeah, so our apologies. Things haven't been getting up. We have a plan to get some stuff out. We should not be super late on the next things because this week that this episode comes out will be my last week of the semester.
Woo.
And
Tyler doing the schools.
At the very least, we'll be able to get some more things in. So, yeah.
Yeah, I guess, if I may say so, usually what'll happen is one of us will get busy, and then the other person could help out a little bit more. But just this time, I think we were just both super duper busy with non-B11 things.
Sam's crack, my school.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm going to school to learn how to be a crack dealer.
You just need the real life experience. I'm looking for an intern.
I'm trying to graduate so I can be your intern.
You see, the first. Can I give you a bit of advice to set you on your way?
More. Yeah.
What you do is you just go to maybe some sort of city.
Let's call it Cleveland.
Go to Cleveland and walk on the sidewalk, which is, from my experience, usually made out of concrete. Stare at the sidewalk.
Taking notes.
And keep walking until you find a section like where the concrete broke. And there's now like two sections and there's a crack. And then what you have to do is take those two pieces out of the sidewalk.
Can I stop you there?
Okay.
Can I stop you there? I see where this is going. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. We should patent it. Patent it right now.
Pre-cracked concrete?
Pre-cracked concrete. We could just call it Crackcrete.
Con-crack?
Oh, I like that better. Con-crack. Try con-crack. Con-crack. The concrete that's cracked.
Yeah.
Mom, hey, I'm playing basketball outside, but our concrete is so flat that I can play it really good. I don't really feel like I'm playing in the hood. Hey, little boy. Ah, stranger. Ah, Crackcrete. Would you like some crack? Mom, he's scaring me.
Are you offering crack?
I'm offering crack.
Oh, my goodness.
Now in 3 types. Cracked, super cracked, and ghetto.
Heroin.
Ghetto heroin. That's it. Man, I'd like some crack. And that's how you do
Me too.
And that's how you do it.
We're going to be on an infomercial in no time.
No time.
And an infomercial.
On top of one.
Yep.
We'll copy the DVD, burn it. We'll set it on the ground, and we'll sit right on it. We're gonna be right on it.
I feel
We're
like
changing
a
the world. I feel like a pancake. So we're messing around with a little bit of a new format here with the B11 show. Sam and I tend to have our best conversations when we're just shooting the breeze.
Oh.
And so we just kind of wanted to do a little of that today and just see where it takes us. So let us know if you're interested, if you like it or anything. Any kind of comment would be appreciated.
Yes. So, feedback.
I think you had something you wanted to talk about, Sam.
I did?
At the top of the show, and I cut you off. I said, save it. Save it for the pod. The cast of pods.
I already forgot. What were we talking about then?
I don't remember. It's before we talked about Altoids. What are your thoughts on blinds versus curtains?
Oh, God. This is good podcast talk.
It's great podcast
talk. I feel like to pull back the curtain or blind. Did you see that segue? Did you hear that segue?
I didn't, but continue, and I think I'll see what's happening.
Okay. Is that pretty much every time we try and have a meeting, we're derailed by random chit chat.
Oh yeah, every time.
Every
so
time.
we're just chit chattering away. So I've been thinking about this. We've had discussions, and I don't think we've ever done it live. We're still not doing it live.
We'll do it live.
So Sam politely got himself a painting made for himself of a bear as president. President Bear. And then the following Christmas, hey, it's almost Christmas now.
Oh yeah.
He got me a gift of Vice President Porpoise. And I never remember what we decided, but I think now is a great time to talk about the cabinet of animals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, especially with all of the transitioning going on in our political system. It's time for a shakeup in the animal house.
Oh, my goodness. That was good.
Yeah, thank you.
That was very good.
I literally just came up with that, so TM. So, yeah, I'm thinking like House Speaker Owl.
That's good.
I think
okay.
That'd be nice.
So let me. I have the list. You know, the order of succession. Succession
order
is a totally as a whole other thing.
Yes, the order of secession. California, Texas.
So we have President Bear, Vice President Porpoise.
Yep.
Secretary of State.
Oh, obviously Shark.
Shark? Okay.
Secretary.
I wonder if I should I start writing
Shark.
This down?
I think you have to. I mean, I think this needs to be our Christmas gifts for the next 10 years.
Yep, that's a good idea. Okay,
yeah,
Shark.
I mean, I just feel like wait, was it Secretary of what?
Of State?
Secretary of State? Yeah. I mean, as a shark, you just need you need that aggressive stance that a shark can take.
Is it like a great white shark or
I'm thinking like a killer whale, which is actually a shark, which is confusing to me. Can we brief tangent? Why are they called killer whales if they're sharks?
I didn't know about this. I'm gonna.
Yeah, killer whales are actually sharks. Either that or I'm plumbing it again.
Oh, right. The plum. They're technically dolphins.
Oh, my God. Wow. They are okay. Well, paint me wrong with egg on my face.
You know how killer whales, they have the giant white spots? You know, they're
Yeah.
supposed to look like big eyes to scare people?
Yeah.
They totally bamboozled me as a kid, and I thought those were their eyes.
You just like they were like cartoonish beings.
Yeah.
Like, wow, they're the closest. Oh man, I had the opportunity to expose a person the other day. Not expose myself to a person. To
Okay.
expose a person.
Well, that was anyway. That was just.
Well,
that,
yeah, I was already.
That happens every day.
I was pre-exposed.
Mm.
Or this was, I guess, post.
Is it exposed if you're always naked?
You're exposing me right now.
To the truth.
But I let this girl know that narwhals are actually real things. Like, she didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah. And she was, like, the happiest person in the world. So maybe that. Maybe it should be Secretary of State Narwhal. Or wait, what's next?
After that is the Secretary of the Treasury.
Oh, no. Secretary of the Treasury has to be an owl. No.
Well, think like treasure, like an octopus maybe?
I was thinking a dragon, but that's not a real animal.
But that might be too many aquatic animals. They might
What if
think
it was
there's
like
some sort of...
anteater?
You
know? Because I feel like with the long nose, they could count the money. Either that or a duck. Because I'm thinking like Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think a duck's good.
Yeah.
But so is the state a shark or a narwhal?
Let's table that for now. We'll come back.
All right.
Secretary of the Treasury, which is an anteater, also known as a what's the other name for them?
I'm looking it up now.
Anteaters. Long.
Oh God.
Just kind of try to sound it out for me, and I think I know.
Okay. Vermilanuga? Nugia?
Are you giving me the Latin?
Vermilanugia?
I was thinking like aardvark.
I think that's a different thing.
What's the difference, though, between an aardvark and an anteater? Let me tell you. They both start with A and have long snouts and rely on a diet of ants. But the similarities between Welcome to the new segment on the B11 show, the differences between aardvarks and anteaters. Episode 1. What are they? Wow, they look way differenter. I'll tell you. Go back. Let's see. Wow, aardvarks are way cuter. Aardvarks kind of look like nugs from Dragon Age. They're totally different species. Aardvarks are found in Africa, and anteaters are in Central and South America. Aardvarks have claws for digging through money, but anteaters have paws. With such dramatically long claws that they must ball them up in their paws for, like, they look like they're walking on their knuckles. All right, it's got to be an aardvark then.
An aardvark?
Yeah, not an anteater. Wow, I'm going to put a link in the description here of a picture of an aardvark and an anteater. It's going to be, wow. We learn something every day, and that's everything. That's all for the differences between aardvarks and anteaters, episode 1, the last episode of the series.
It was a great series.
It was a good run while it was.
I was sad to cut it, but the funding just wasn't there.
You know, and it was too controversial. You know, people want them to be the same thing, but they're just.
We took a big social stance by picking aardvark.
We did, and you know,
and there was backlash.
I stand by it.
Yeah.
I stand by aardvarks. Aardvarks Anonymous. AA. It's the new AA. And you know what they say? AA's for quitters.
I guess that's accurate.
All right. So we got aardvark, Secretary of the Treasury. What are we following this with?
All right. I believe it's the Secretary of Defense.
Oh, wow. I think you know what that has to be.
I don't. What does it have to be?
Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Go. Tell me. Let's, on 3, say what we're thinking at the same time.
Okay.
And we'll do our best. All right.
All right.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Stegosaurus.
Stork.
Oh.
Oh.
Obviously, it has to be something that starts with an S. Why do you want stork?
Okay. Just like a stork, just look at those storks. They'll just scare you away.
Oh, got it. What if we picked something more like a panther or a snow leopard? Ooh, a snow leopard.
Okay.
Because that also starts with S. And they're all sneaky and defensive.
All right. The job position has been filled.
Nice. And the
Okay.
next, obviously, has to be a hippopotamus.
All right. Without reading it. Just hippopotamus.
Yep. What is it?
It's the Secretary of Justice.
The Secretary of Hippo Justice.
Or I guess the Attorney General, technically. Not the Secretary of Justice. It's the Department of Justice, and the Attorney General. Attorney General is in that.
The Attorney General Hippopotamus.
So AG Hippo.
They don't call him Ag Hip for nothing.
All
He's
right.
the true AG.
He is.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Next is the Secretary of the Interior.
Insects, I feel. Do insects count as animals?
I don't know, but insects are kind of gross.
Maybe a mouse then?
Okay, yeah, I
Or
could
a
deal
ferret?
with a mouse.
Cause
A
like,
ferret.
or a hamster?
A hamster.
Because they like to be
An
inside.
iguana.
Ooh. What about like a
'Cause-
chameleon?
Ooh.
Secretary of the
Ooh.
Interior, because he like changes to the color of the interior.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The Secretary of Agriculture. Like, I feel like a cow is an obvious one, but that might be too on the nose.
on the cow nose.
Ah.
Oh, got him. What else? What else can we? What else have we been? Like an alpaca?
Yeah, I think so.
Or a llama?
Are alpacas the one that spit at people?
Well, let me tell you, Sam. Llamas and alpacas
Uh-oh.
are both even-toed ungulates that belong
Oh, boy.
to the same family, but the obvious difference is their size.
Tyler,
What?
the show Alpacas versus Llamas has been canceled in the middle of development. I don't know what to say.
Oh man, I feel like llamas look larger and more intimidating. What about like a deer? Or like okay, wait. We're thinking too literal here.
Yeah,
What about
yeah.
like a politician is someone who's sneaky, right?
Yep.
So he had to sneak his way. What if it was like a wolf or a coyote?
Oh, yeah.
Because he just wants free reign over the sheep, and he's just trying
Yeah,
to.
like you think a sheep kind of for agriculture. That's a farm animal.
Yeah,
and
but
then-
he's like he snuck his way in.
Yeah, he's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
So do we call him a sheep or a wolf?
I'm just going to say wolf / sheep. Okay,
And
wait.
we know what we mean.
I'm just, in parentheses. I'm going to just write it. Okay.
Okay. What do we got next?
The Secretary of Commerce.
Crocodile. I'm seeing a crocodile with glasses.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's talking about all of the fish trade. How many are we at now? Did we get to 10 yet?
Let me see.
Including president and vice president? Of course.
We have 8.
Okay, 2 more. 2 more.
And, well, not including we have to decide Secretary of State.
Oh, well, of course. Of course.
Okay. So, we have the Secretary of Labor.
Oh, wow. Like a workhorse? Or let's do sloth. Oh, man.
That's good. That's good.
We're just going with pure irony here.
Yep. Okay. And then we have the Department of Health and Human Services.
Any animal would be like a dog would be a good one. Like a yellow lab, you know? Cuz I feel like that one's true, you know?
Yeah.
They help take care of humans. Or a dragon.
A beached whale.
Ooh, we haven't done a water animal in a while. What if we do man, there aren't beluga whale. No, what other kind of whales are there? I can literally only think of sperm and humpback, which both have sexual connotation.
What if we did an octopus?
Ooh, there we go. 8 arms for 8 taking care of human peoples. And I feel like he looks like a doctor, like he's got a doctor thing.
He's got the little thing around his head.
Yep. The stethoscope.
Yep.
And he's just but the stethoscope has 8 things going out, and he's he's helping 8 people at once. Nice. I feel like narwhal for Secretary of State, just because I feel like a shark's too close to the porpoise, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Should
I read them off?
I think you should read off our new animal cabinet.
Okay. And we still have, if we want to continue this later, we have a couple other unfilled positions.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, why don't you go ahead and give those now, and maybe we can put up on Twitter a vote or something.
All right. Okay. So we have 6 left. We have the secretary.
Let's do one a week.
Okay.
For the next 6 weeks.
All right. Okay. So the one up for vote this week,
which is the week of December 11th through. Well, through the 17th. 11th through the 17th.
All right. So tell us on Twitter, tell us through email, all the things you want to do. Okay. So for this week, we have the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development.
Ooh. Urban. So it's got to be a black animal.
Oh, no.
A black bear. Anyway, why don't you read off our nominees?
All right. I'm going to go from bottom to the top this time. So,
ooh, intrigue.
So we have the Secretary of Health and Human Services, which is an octopus. We have the Secretary of Labor, which is a sloth.
I will do my best.
We have the Secretary of Commerce, which is a crocodile.
At being...
No.
Shut up, I'm trying to talk about commerce. I'm a crocodile.
This crocodile, I imagine he has...
gray hair. And a calculator. And a business suit. No calculator.
Like, I imagine he's got like a loose fitting, collared shirt and a loose tie, and he's just got bags under his eyes. Yeah.
Or a cigarette. No filter cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got like accountant glasses.
Yeah.
And gray hair. because crocodiles have hair.
Yep. And he's just like, what are we going to do with this commerce?
What are we going to do with this commerce? Check out Animal Cabinet coming this fall to CBC and BCB.
Dot
gov.
info.
Dot porn.
.org.
Dot porn.org. / Animal Cabinet / the show dash EP period : 1 through 6.
Okay.
/ play.
The Secretary
This fall.
of Agriculture is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yes. Agriculture, I say. We should get rid of fences. And allow wolves on all our properties to protect our sheep.
That's very good.
Thank you.
We have the Secretary of Interior, which is a chameleon.
He doesn't say anything. He just licks things and then changes colors.
We have the Attorney General Hippopotamus.
We
have the Secretary of Defense, which is a snow leopard.
Yes, we'll be very defensive and defending our defenses.
Oh man, I can just imagine him, with his paws, just kind of tapping his claws while talking,
You don't even understand how protected we are with our defenses.
We have the Secretary of the Treasury, who is an aardvark.
I'm at a loss. Are you okay, Sam?
that was the aardvark.
Oh.
Yeah. That was the aardvark. Anyway. And then the Secretary of State is a narwhal. And then Vice President Porpoise.
My stance on America is that it's great. Oh, sorry. My stance on Animal America is that it's great. And stuff.
And now, President Bear.
Is it Bosco?
It is Bosco.
For those of you who don't know, which is everybody.
Yep.
Sam and I had a pilot idea for an animated series that was about a bear named Bosco. We got decently far in it. In fact, I had all of the what are they called?
Animatics?
Thank you. Animatics done. I just could not think of that word for the life of me. I had all the animatics done and everything. And the first, 20, 30 seconds of it actually animated.
Mm-hmm.
We never finished it because I got busy with school.
And then, I don't know how this happens, but one of the show We Bear Bears, it's he looks just like one of those bears.
Yep.
We
designed it completely differently.
Yeah.
I literally drew it, and Sam was like, well, I'd rather it look more like this. And then we worked on it for a day. And I finally got it, and Sam was like, that's Bosco. And then a show came out, and it was Bosco. Shit. Well, vote for your favorite animal for Secretary of Urban Development or something.
Housing and Urban Development.
Nice. I almost had it. So, it's time for the B11 movie corner, because I want to know, Sam, with Star Wars coming out this week, what your thoughts are on the new Star Wars franchise, including Battlefront, and your thoughts on that.
That was a whole to-do.
Yeah. A whole 3-do, if you will.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Aardvark. But yeah, go ahead and will you explain the to-do on Battlefront because I actually didn't quite understand what was going on because I was so estranged from the internet for a while.
Mm-hmm. So, Battlefront 2 has transactions.
Which means very small transactions.
Very tiny. You need a very tiny checkbook.
You need a microscope.
Uh-huh. And they were like, you buy things in game, essentially, is what microtransactions are. And they're usually
like mobile games and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot in mobile games and EA games.
Because when you're giving a game out for free, that's the way that you can make money is by having people buy things in game. However, when you're spending $60 on a game, like there's some morality issues with that.
Mm-hmm. And anyway, they can be different things. Like they can be like, it's like loot boxes and card packs, and those are just like randomly generated things you're gonna get.
Hearthstone does that. That's a big one.
I think Overwatch, it does like I think they're loot boxes, but you get cosmetic stuff.
Yeah, and like you get them in game, but you can pay to get more, that kind of stuff.
Anyway, the thing with Battlefront 2 was they were like major things that could affect the game. Like you could really just beef up your player by just paying a bunch of money. And also, it was a lot easier to pay to get heroes, which you could use in the game, like Darth Vader.
Yeah, well, and didn't it even like initially they had stuff locked, like pay locked behind, like parts of the game were pay locked, like you paid $60, but you didn't get the full access to the game. Like there was actual even areas in like the story mode you couldn't even get to without paying extra.
I don't believe so. I don't think that was the case.
Oh, see, I thought initially that was the case, and then they changed it really quickly. They're like, oh, actually, never mind, we're not going to do that.
Well, they did change it, but it wasn't over any sort of locked story content.
Oh, okay.
It was over these microtransactions, these loot boxes, because I think someone did the math, and it took like that. Let me look it up before I, put my foot in my mouth. But it took a long time to unlock heroes in Battlefront 2.
Can I put my foot in your mouth?
Please do.
Ready? Here it comes. Open up.
What?
Oh, God. You just threw up on my foot. I didn't even get it in your mouth. Like, it wasn't even really close. You just barfed on my foot. Gross.
Okay. All right. So this is an IGN article, and I'll try and paste it. It'll be in the description, is what I'm trying to say.
Good words, Sam. Good words.
I see I ended up putting my foot in my mouth anyway. All right. So, let me just read part of this.
Reading with Sam.
Yeah. Dedicated number cruncher Soren Camper over at Star Wars Gaming created a formula estimating the percentage chance of card drops, the credits given for duplicate cards, and the average number of crafting parts given per box. Using Camper's formula, it emerges that players are looking at taking over 6 months of playtime, 4,528 hours to unlock everything in Battlefront 2.
Yeah. Without paying? Is that the...
Yep, without paying, that's how long it would take. 6 months.
Dear God.
And so there's this big hubbub over it, like especially on Reddit, where everyone was up in arms. And there was a EA comment in Reddit, and it became the most downvoted comment in Reddit history.
Oh, dang. What was it?
All right, let me look that up.
Because that's a big deal, because Reddit's been around a long time, and there's a lot of, hate on that website.
Yeah.
Hashtag Reddit.
Okay. Let me find it.
So this has been an issue. That being said,
I
did not know
Oh.
the controversy before I bought the game, and so I bought the game and started
Oh,
playing
really?
it. So after Sam goes through and talks about it a little bit more, I'll explain what I feel about the game. So,
Okay. So this is from Reddit account EA Community Team. And then I think it's kind of become a meme now. This first sentence. After someone... The Reddit post was like, I paid $80 to have Vader locked. Okay. Him. The intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes. As for the cost, we selected initial values based upon data from the open beta and other adjustments made to milestone rewards before launch. Among other things, we're looking at average per player credit earn rates on a daily basis, and we'll be making constant adjustments to ensure that players have challenges that are compelling, rewarding, and of course attainable via gameplay. We appreciate the candid feedback and the passion the community has put forth around the current topics here on Reddit, our forums, and across numerous social media outlets. Our team will continue to make changes and monitor community feedback and update everyone as soon and as often as we can.
What are your thoughts on that? Respond to it.
Response? I don't know. It just seems like I think there's a right... I don't know if there's a right way to do microtransactions, but there's an acceptable way, in my opinion, for it to include stuff that does not affect gameplay.
Yeah.
And it seems like theirs really does, and that's why they removed them after all the hate they got.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So they removed microtransactions.
Oh, so now I don't have to hate owning the game. Yes. I mean, still, the spirit of it, the fact that, I mean, I get it because they're still just trying to figure out ways to make money because it's a giant company that, they're like, wow, we know we're going to get at least $60 to $80 for a game. How much more can we make? But that's just the capitalist idea of like these AAA game companies. I mean, that's...
And I think to be a little bit of a devil's advocate, I don't like it at all, but really games are at their cheapest if you consider inflation and all that.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I got the game. It is freaking gorgeous.
Is it pretty?
It's very, very pretty. And, like, the space battles, which they brought back, like, they took a lot of people's concerns from the first Battlefront, which was terrible, in my opinion. I mean, that first one looked really pretty as well. It just was terrible. But I feel like they took a lot of concerns into consideration and really took a lot of fan feedback in making this one. Like, no story mode, no space battles, no campaign mode. Like, they added in a bunch of things. And, like, the story mode is great. It's very interesting. The space battles are amazing. Like, and they don't let you get away. Like, you know how some games are just like, here's our story, and they make it super easy, and you can, like, get through it, and it doesn't matter because really they're just focusing on the multiplayer. Like Call of Duty or whatever is mainly what I'm thinking. And games of that sort. They didn't do that. Like, space battles are hard. Like, you could take a few hits, but, like, you'll explode pretty easily. And then it makes you begin, like, the whole mission or the majority of the mission over again, which is, something you don't see a lot in games nowadays. And I think it's something that is useful and cool to do. So, how about you haven't played it, I'm assuming.
I have not.
Would you? I mean, now that they took the microtransactions out, because I do think that does show. Initially there was some stiff stubbornness, but after some time and pressure, they did listen to what the fans wanted, and they got rid of the microtransactions. I mean, I think that means something. I think EA, at the very least, is a company that is not above listening to what their fans want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Would you get it?
Yeah. Probably not, but it's also just because I probably wasn't going to get it in the first place. And then that whole thing just added to that.
Yeah. Well, and you're not a big shooter fan in general either. So.
Well, like first person, I don't play too many first person shooters.
I'd really like, part of the reason that I like that Disney took over is that maybe now we will see a surge in more Star Wars games, and maybe we can get something a little bit more like Knights of the Old Republic-esque, like.
Well, did you hear about all that stuff with Visceral and their
No.
Star Wars game? Oh, I think this happened before, and this contributed to the EA hate. Was that so? Visceral. So Disney has this deal with EA where they make all the Star Wars games. Like no other publisher can do that. And so there are a couple of games in development, and one of them was at Visceral, the developers of Dead Space.
Oh.
And they had Amy Hennig on their team, who was the director for the first 3 Uncharted's.
Oh, dang.
And so she joined their team, and they were looking at making it seemed like an Uncharted Star Wars game.
Interesting.
And we hadn't heard from it for a long time, and then EA announced that they were essentially, and I'm not saying exactly what they said, but they were scrapping that game. And they're saying it was looking up to be like a linear shooter Star Wars experience. And we want to do something more open world. And it seems like Destiny. And so they essentially kind of just rebooted development with another team. And then they shut down Visceral after that.
That's too bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to see like something along the lines of like an open world Star Wars, but I don't know. That's the downside of like, there's a way to make capitalism work creatively, but sometimes stuff like that happens, and you just like wonder what could have been. It's just like BioShock Infinite, which like the first half hour to an hour of the game is just freaking gorgeous and just amazing to play. And then you get past that and it's like, wow, this is really not as good as the opening was. And it's because they had to get rid of their someone. I'm not sure if it was their creative director or what, but like because it was taking too long and they wanted to get it out at a certain time.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that just does so many. I mean, like, I love Dragon Age 2, but could you imagine if Dragon Age 2 was able to like expand out and be that game, but around a world instead of just one city? I mean,
yeah. It was that game was made in 1 year.
It's crazy because it's such a good game, and like if they would have
really
been able to take however many, like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, it's
I think
people not quite understanding yet that video games have kind of become an art in their own right. Like movies, well, I can't even say that because now movies have pretty much like a, I don't know, the way they have things set up, it's pretty much like, I mean, there's a new Star Wars movie every year, but those are total different teams working on those for multiple years. You know what I mean? It's just interesting to see the way that it interacts.
Full circle back to Star Wars.
Yeah. Are you, what are your thoughts on have you seen the new Star Wars? All of not the newest one, obviously, because that comes out this week.
But you mean, have I seen like 7?
7 and Rouge Uno.
Rouge Uno?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen both.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts so far?
I liked Rouge Uno. Thought that was pretty.
Yeah, that got a lot of hate, didn't it?
Did it? Oh, I don't know.
I had seen that it had gotten a lot of hate, and I don't understand that because I really enjoyed it. I wasn't a big fan of the Leia CGI thing.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
But
or
the whole
even
movie was worth it. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
With what's his name? Empire guy.
Oh yeah, Tarnik.
Who's also CGI. Yeah.
I wish they wouldn't have done that and just left it because like if you look at images of the actor that played him. Tarkin, that's his name. Tarnik. Tarkin. If you look at pictures of the actor who played him, like he looks eerily similar to the original actor. Like they could have just cast him and no one would have made a stink.
Yeah.
Well, and that's like the question now that Carrie Fisher died.
Mm-hmm.
You know, are they gonna try this CGI for Star Wars 9 or?
I don't think so. I think I heard that they were gonna just write, do some rewrites or something.
Okay. See, because I heard she was supposed to be like heavily involved in 9,
Mm-hmm.
and then she passed away. But yeah, so she, obviously, I mean, she finished all of her stuff in 8 before she died. But anyway, yeah, Tarkin. But and I wasn't so the whole like Darth Vader pun. I didn't really like. But I don't know. That's just me. But the whole Darth Vader scene at the end was super cool.
I liked
was
that
like,
one.
Yeah. Woo! Darth Vader.
What did you think of 7?
You know, I thought that it rode the line well for as far as like paying homage to, like, obviously it's the same plot as 4. And it left in Easter eggs that were like for Star Wars fans, but I don't think it was necessarily pandering in any way. And I think it set it up quite nicely, and I think it'll be, I had no qualms with it. It was very exciting for me to see. So, I mean, for me, 7.5, 8 out of 10. Like I was definitely okay with that.
Okay.
I had no huge qualms. What about you?
I thought it went past the line a little bit. I just thought it was 4.
Okay. Did you feel it was a little too pandery? Like left in too many Easter eggs? Yeah, I mean, like the whole like the guys that are at the cantina in all of You know what I'm saying. You know what
pandering. Have you seen the latest Sherlock series, the 4, that came out at the beginning of the year?
I haven't, actually, because every time I realized it was on Netflix, I was like, I need to wait. I need to wait till I can like actually watch it. Is it good?
Well, now it's not, in my opinion.
Oh no!
And it's off Netflix now, I think.
Crap! It wasn't when I last checked, but that, I mean.
Yeah, I think it's off now.
It definitely was a show that like season 1 was really good. I really liked season 2, and then it kind of fell down from there. Like,
yeah, I thought, like you said, series 1 and 2 were really good. Then series 3 went down a notch, and then 4. Talk about that. I think that does a little pandering, a little too much service to the fans, and not just a good enough story.
Well, you see that a lot with that's who's the director? What's his name? Why can't I think of his name? Stephen Moffat.
Oh, right.
He did that with Doctor Who as well. I mean, I know you don't really watch Doctor Who, but I feel like he's kind of done that in Doctor Who. Instead of making it about, awesome Doctor Who-ness, it's all about like how many Easter eggs can we. That's the thing, like. Just make a freaking movie. Doesn't need to pay homage to other things. Like, just make a good movie, and that's what makes it good. Don't try to, like, make it part of a universe. Don't try to make it, so many movies were just ruined by, like, 10 Cloverfield Lane, which...
that was just a stitched-on ending.
Yeah, which it was not the director that did that. That was, like, didn't they get bought out or something? Then it was like the company. As far as my recollection is, they like made 10 Cloverfield Lane. It was it wasn't even 10 Cloverfield Lane. It was just called 10 something Lane, or I don't know. But then they couldn't afford it, and then they got bought out by a company. And it was the same production company that made Cloverfield, and so they're like, let's make it part of a universe. And so the director was like, to keep the integrity of his movie or her movie, I'm not sure if it was a man or a woman who directed it. I think it was a man. I can't remember his name, though, so now I just seem sexist. But anyway, he was like, well, we'll just stick this at the end so I can be like, this is my movie. Because I think the movie was supposed to end after she goes outside. Because the whole point of the movie is not meant to be what's happening outside. It's all about what happens when you put 3 people inside. So it was supposed to be an ambiguous ending.
Yeah.
So like whenever I have people watch that movie, like I stop it after that point And inevitably, they're like, I want to see the end. I want to see the end. I'm like, you don't want to see the end. It's a better movie if you just leave it there. And they're like, I want to see the end. And they're like, I'm like, okay. And then I play it, and they're like, man,
yeah,
I wish you would have stopped it and not let me watch the end. And I'm like, I hate you. I tried. So, but that's how it works. Yay. Well, we have reached the end of the episode, everyone.
My lonely friend, the end.
Thanks for listening to our crazy things about animal cabinets and Star Wars and video games and capitalism and how it affects art in a way. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Shoot us an email at theb11studios@gmail.com if you have any comments about our work or you would like to talk to us or, we like having friends. We'll have a Let's Play out this Friday.
I would like a friend, please.
And we have a Patreon. Right now, Rowan is our top contributor. Feel free to do that if you'd like. We know that things are changing with Patreon, so we understand if that's not something you choose to do.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. We'll have to. We should probably discuss at a later point.
You can also send us just send us $1 in the mail.
I will take Confederate money.
Just put $1 in an envelope and write the B11 Studios at gmail.com on it, and we'll get it probably. So, any last words from you, Sam?
I just have one question for Vice President Porpoise.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the rising sea tides on the northern front?
I think they're rising, and they're on the northern front.
You're just repeating what I said.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day or night or morning or whatever, whenever you're watching this. Bye. So, like Knights of the Old Republic, you're a big fan of that, right?
I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
I guess I liked it.
I think a lot of people like that game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good game.
Yeah. Let's talk going back to rushed games. Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Oh man, all of those old Star Wars games.
They're old.
They're old, and they're Star Wars games.
Yep, exactly.
Oh.
Rising tides on the northern front.